Happy Monday, Richard. 680's Richard Southern joins us. Richard, another bricks and mortar retailer is in some serious trouble.
Toys R Us, Francis, reportedly set to file for bankruptcy. Of course, this is a major toy retailer, 1,600 locations, but it's been under a lot of pressure for a couple of reasons. First of all, kids these days, they want tablets, not toys. They're more interested in electronics, and we've seen that reflected in Mattel. Mattel's been reporting lower sales. Another factor, big box retailers like Walmart, they've been reducing the price of their toys to draw in parents, using them as kind of a loss leader. Then you got red ink, and a lot of it. Toys R Us owes about $5 billion. Wall Street Journal says Toys R Us suppliers, fearing the retailer may be in trouble, are tightening trade terms, holding back on delivery shipments unless they receive cash payments upon delivery. Of course, Francis, a bankruptcy filing doesn't necessarily mean stores will close. Probably some of them will, but those details we don't have just yet. It's just another brick and mortar retailer, though, that's in trouble.
Yeah, and you know, we've been talking a lot about Sears. In fact, you've been breaking every aspect of the Sears story, and now maybe there's a plan in the works to save Sears Canada, and it's going to involve more store closures and job cuts.
Yeah, there might be more pain on the way for Sears, but it could allow the company to continue to exist. The Wall Street Journal is indicating that Sears is negotiating a private equity-backed deal that's valued at $650 million. The offer would reduce Sears' footprint by more than half. So this could be another, 25% of stores closing. The company would retain about 8,000 jobs while paying off bankruptcy loans. Of course, back in June, Sears announced it was cutting 2,900 jobs, closing a quarter of its stores. Brandon Stranzel stepping down as chairman to make a bid to try and buy the company, and apparently he is involved in this bid. So we'll continue to follow the latest as regards Sears Canada, Francis.
What's going on at GM's Ingersoll plant? I hear that the people there have walked off their job.
Yeah, we had a strike there. The union representing 2,500 employees at the Ingersoll GM plant went on strike last night after the union and employees failed to reach a deal. At issue here, Francis, is GM's decision to cut more than 400 jobs and shift production to Mexico. GM said it committed $800 million to this plant a couple of years ago for the Equinox. This is where they build the Equinox SUV, a very popular car for GM. But some of that Equinox production is also done in Mexico, and the fear among the union is that more of that could be shifted to Mexico. Of course, the wages paid to auto workers in Mexico are much less than what's being paid in Canada, and this whole issue has become a big sticking point in NAFTA negotiations, Francis. Canada wants to see the wages equalized across all three countries, the U.S., Mexico, and Canada, when it comes to the auto industry.
So the number of people using food banks in Toronto is back to where it was before the financial crisis. Richard, a sizable number of those users actually have jobs.
Yeah, it's a troubling sign as far as the economy goes. We know prices for everything are going up a lot faster than our paychecks are, Francis, and some of this is leading more people to use the food bank. Daily Bread Food Bank says 20% of its users are employed, 35% of a post-secondary education, 33% of the people helped by food banks here in the city are children, 62% have a disability, and this is a troubling statistic too. Usage by seniors are up 27%. A lot of seniors living on a fixed income, and sometimes at the end of the month there just isn't enough for food. So some troubling numbers there, Francis.
Okay, you're going to tell us next why you were searching condom sales on your work computer, and why don't you just tell us? I don't understand.
Yeah, I'm going to get in trouble with HR, perhaps, Francis. Okay, so here's the deal. Condom sales are down across all brands. Trojan sales in particular fell 3.4% last month, on top of a 3.3% the prior month. And McCrory Research, which covers the parent company of Trojan, says it's not that people are having less protected sex, it's that younger people are having less sex because they're distracted by their smartphone. Yeah, something else to do in bed these days, Francis, is, play with your phone instead of maybe doing other things in the sack. Analysts noted as well that condom sales are down because millennials, more of them are living at home with mom and dad, and maybe are using alternative birth control methods. So how are these condom companies looking to regain sales? Well, they're going to millennials' first love. They're advertising on digital media to get them on their smartphones. sign of the times.
Interesting. So Rolling Stone magazine has put itself up for sale. This looks like it's an indication of the publishing industry and the troubles there.
Yeah, we know there's a lot of trouble in the publishing industry right now, be it for papers or for magazines. Of course, Rolling Stone was once considered a counterculture Bible. It was started back in 1967, a mainstay for music journalism, but the magazine has suffered drops in circulation and revenue, the same reasons that have disrupted the other aspects of the publishing industry. Company putting itself up for sale. It sold 49% of itself to a digital music company in Singapore last year. Francis.
All right. Thank you, Richard.
Thank you.